Hello, my lovelies, wonderfuls, and amazings. Yup, that's you. Thank you for joining me on I Am Maggie. And what we have been doing on this channel is we've been doing a slow crawl through the magic of everyday life with Maria Szepes. And currently we are on chapter 19, Overcoming Awkwardness. So, I want to thank you for joining me. I really appreciate this time, and I look forward to sharing with you at whatever moment in reality you strike the chord in this realm. When you do get a chance, I would appreciate it if you will like and subscribe and leave your positive comments. I so look forward to hearing how Maria Szepes' work maybe has helped you pick up a couple pearls, tools, or something to help you on your path, or if you are a light worker, energy worker, provider of some sort, how this may have helped you to help others. So we're going to get cracking on, we're going to pick up where we left off in chapter 19, Overcoming Awkwardness. Okay, so we also discovered in this deep examination. Okay, so what we talked about last was talking about how the mirror, if we're looking through the mirror incorrectly, it can just be bringing back more to make us feel awkward and lose our self-confidence. So we also discovered in this deep examination that awkwardness is a large measure a matter of relationship. In the presence of someone we feel is inferior or equal, we are never awkward. Okay, I thought that comment was interesting because usually if we feel inferior, we do feel awkward. Like, it depends on who is the superior. So I'm just, I'm reading the book, but I'm just saying we're paying attention here. So in the presence of someone we feel inferior or equal, we are never awkward. So if the person who's superior to us is trustworthy, then we may feel too cool. Anyway, awkwardness always claims us in the proximity of those we deem more talented, yep, smart, yep, in a superior position, yep, richer, yep, more prestigious than we are, yep, upon whom we are dependent, yep, and whose hands we suspect have power over our destiny. So like I said earlier, if that person is trustworthy and good, we are going to not feel hesitant. But if that person has all those qualities, superior position, richer, prestigious, dependent, and have power over our destiny, and the heart is not good, and the thoughts are not good, and the intentions are not good, it's going to be a whole nother ballgame. So, without a doubt, this is also a symptom of infertility. Fear of parents, teachers, adults in possession of bleak, unpredictable, strange spells, older and stronger people. Now, I've talked about this several times, and I just always want to, say this. We are on spectrums. And some people have had, lives where there's not a whole lot of trauma, abuse, toxic situations, or medical issues, or whatever. And some people have had, they're on the extreme end of the spectrum. And as we continue to do classes, we will talk about our energy fields and how some of that works and how we can get rid of it. But this is never to say that if you've been through some of those hard situations of trauma, abuse, toxic situations, medical, where a person has taken advantage or harmed you in some way, in no way am I saying that is okay and it's all in your mind. That presents a different type of healing. But sometimes, we can trump things up and make them more and see things that aren't there, and then through that process make more problems for ourselves. So, an unrealistic anxiety that because of them, some horrible things will be discovered about us through mysterious means one day. So sometimes, guys, the narcissist does the smear campaign, correct? Like the psychopath and the sociopath can try to bury or in somebody through the smear campaign, and dredging up their secrets, or even things that aren't even bad, but they know that person. They know how to press the shame, and they know how to press the blame, and they know how to get that person to spiral. So does not pertain to that. Discovered and materialized so that all our shameful misdeeds and impurities, the faint suspicion of which transverses inside like some evil course, making us a laughable fool, will now become a storefront display. So she's basically saying is sometimes a person can will themselves into a place where they're seeing people as all powerful and things, and they really don't have that power. And as we start to claim more of ourselves back, we will start to realize that we really do hold the power. We really are creators. God is in us. There, we have a fractal. We are we are God. We are in God. We are live, move, and have our being in God. And when we start to realize we are creating, it helps us to be empowered to choose differently. The tragedy of awkwardness is this dazed amplitude, being at the mercy of circumstances and lack of awareness, an unrealistic relationship to ourselves and other people, overestimation of ourselves based on false, childish perspectives, underestimation when, based on the same bias, we evaluate everyone with whom we come into contact. So it's kind of like if you have a negative thought, if a negative point of view, you're going to filter everything through that, and that's what's going to become true for you. Now, again, like I said, we are part of the Common Sense Show. If you have been hurt and you have learned, you have somebody who you're supposed to trust them, has in a place of trust or authority, and they've hurt you, all bets are off. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about when we are bringing to the party our negative thoughts and biases and coloring the whole world with that. We are going to pull ourselves out of that. We believe their mass, their position built on quicksand, their suggestive obsessions without recognizing the essential behind appearances. That beyond the illusion, they are beings same as we are. No other, therefore, in their outer form, this transient configurations filled with vague desires and fears. So basically, they are a person just like us. No matter what is going on with them, well, some of you who know what I mean in that moment, but in large part, others are people, and they are carrying their own wounds, their own baggage. Like, once again, this does not apply to really toxic situations. So we are part of the Common Sense Show. What I advise in those situations is, first we got to get you out, and then we get you healing. Because it's kind of like an infection, right? If as a nurse or a doctor, you have a nice infection somewhere, and we just keep sticking Band-Aids over it, that isn't going to work. The wound needs to be uncovered. You need to take a good look at it. You need to find out if it has tracks. You need to maybe culture it for what type of bacteria, what kind of antibiotics it will be susceptible to. Maybe you don't even need antibiotics. Maybe you need some other kind of special type of wound care with the honey and the gel and X, Y, Z. And I'm just saying every wound in essence can fall into subcategories, but there's always a bit of originality that each soul carries with them. So we have to, kind of take a look, expose it, clean it out, and then it will heal. It's the same thing if you're in abuse, toxic situations, trauma, or unhealthy situations. Part of the process is to get out of that and then go hard on the healing part. And of course, you always work on your healing wherever you are in the spectrum. But if you're continually subjected to that, you're going to keep reactivating those fields of abuse, trauma, and toxicity, and it's very, very. Nothing is impossible. All things are possible with Christ, but it's a logical thought. You get out of the toxicity, and then you will bloom. Okay, their single merit, worthy of respect, is the astral mental hallmark. which shines through and beyond their various masks or required mimicry. When this mark to not signify true value, were this mark to not signify true value, the entire framework they have constructed around themselves would be unveiled for the mere bluff that it is. So she's saying, you know, you may look at somebody, you may be giving all your power away, you may be thinking that they have it all going on and, you know, never have a bad day. That's not true. If you take a look past the mask, you are going to see they're human like you, unless they're an alien or something else. Some of you know what I mean. They're a person, just like you're a person, with weaknesses and things, and, you know, they're carrying their baggage too. So, if, however, it betrays a higher order, our relationship with them by itself loses all striving. It's content of fear, because the preconditioning for this higher order is that most wonderful precondition for existence. What is it? That Tatuam Ashi. You are I. Oh, I love this book, and I love Maria Szepes, and I love you. And I am so thankful for you taking the time to join me. When you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like. And I would love to hear in the comments if any of these struck a chord with you, did anything help what's going on in your universe. All right, thank you for joining me, and you know what's next. Ready? Peace in, peace out.